Hi guys, thank you for joining me today on Christine's Awesome Things. My name is Christine and today I am going to show you how to make this unicorn pinata. I originally did the video and I had to go back and redo certain parts of it. So to start, I want to tell you, you want to have two horse-shaped cardboard cutouts, at least 24 inches tall from foot to head. Okay, then you need a couple of strips of cardboard to go in between those two horse-shaped cutouts, and you want it to be at least 3 inches wide. All right, so that's the start. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will get into the video. So I did the strip all the way around, tracing around the pattern. And I used a hot glue gun to glue the cardboard strips onto the horse cutout like this. And I used tape to duct tape to kind of make sure it was secure, which all this would be covered. I didn't want to use any white tape because it wasn't heavy enough, and I was out of packaging tape, so duct tape would have been fine. Plus this is going to be covered, you won't even see this, so anyway, I hot glued it around and secured it right here with duct tape. Next, I'm going to lay this on top of here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to glue it all the way around so this will be closed like this. But before I do that, I need to make sure that I have a string in here so that the pinata will be able to hang up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole right here and right here, and then I'm going to use another piece of heavy cardboard, and I'm going to thread it through and knot it and hot glue it and tape it so it'll be very secure. And I'll show you that once I come back. And right here and here, I'm going to put a hole. Then I'm going to take this piece of cardboard and I'm just going to fold it. One thing I wanted to mention is that when you make your strips to go around your horse cutout, with your cardboard strips that you're going to put in between, you want to kind of bend it to make it flexible. Otherwise, it'll be stiff. Just kind of bend it back and forth so it'll be flexible, and put it all around. And I'm going to fold this in half like this, because I want it to be heavy, because when they hang up, I don't want it to pull out. And then I'm going to glue this all around so it'll hold together. Press it down, and while I'm pressing that down, I'm going to put a hole in here. Be careful. And then I'm going to take this. You can use wire, rope, whatever you want to use. And then I'm going to go ahead and tie it. And then another knot, because I'm going to make sure that this doesn't come off, and put a little glue on here to make sure that it doesn't unravel like that. Now, for the first hole, I'm going to string this through the other hole here. See, that was a lot easier because I didn't have to come through two of them. Then a little bit of glue all around there. And I'm going to press that up against there so that glue can really stick on there. And then the next one, where I put the other hole, push that through there. Next piece, I'm going to fold it again. Put that glue on there to secure it. All the way around. Down there. And put the next hole in there. Time I was a little bit smart about it. And let's secure the nuts. First nut. The second one. A little glue. And pull it right over the next nut. And the glue around here. Press that around the curve. I want to make sure you can really see what I did. See? Always make sure that it's secure. Plus this will help even with the structure of it, to make sure that it's sound, and as they're hitting it, it doesn't smash the whole thing down. This extra duct tape does that for you. There. Now that we have that together, now we're going to start gluing the second part of our horse around. And don't worry if it's not perfect. You can pull it together later. You want to make sure also that you secure the legs and make sure that's glued or taped really well, because when you fill this up, the pressure is going to be on the legs. And if it's completely filled up, you want to make sure that you secure everything so that it doesn't fall apart when you start filling it up. Next step I'm going to do is, this is just regular paper that I use on my printer. You're going to take regular Elmer's glue and you're going to glue white paper all over your pony. And once you've done that and put the paper all over the pony and trimmed everything you need to trim, you're going to let this sit overnight. So after everything has been, the white paper has been put on there and glued down and everything, this is how it's going to look. You're going to let this sit overnight and dry. But before I do that, I am going to, at the bottom, put a coating of glitter for the hooves. Okay, real quick, guys. I wanted to show you all how to make a unicorn horn. You want to use heavy cardstock paper for your unicorn horn. This is just regular construction paper. Heavy cardstock is not really that much different, but see this point here? You want to start here and kind of roll here, keeping that together, and then roll again, keeping that together, and then roll again, see, and then roll again until you have it all rolled up, and it will look like this, and you will have your point here, okay? And once you take that part, you want to cut the horn to the length that you want it. And you want to cut at a slight angle, just slight angle, okay? See, now you have this, like this. Tape it, paint it, spray it, whatever you want to do. Once it's dry, it will set on your piñata like this. See? And there you have it, your unicorn horn. The hooves and everything is dry.
This right
so
here
the next
is just regular
to do
gift wrap
body
tissue paper.
The unicorn.
I'm using an example right
here,
now to show you how I did this, but you want to use the longer end of it. You can simply roll it up, and after you roll it up, cut notches into it at the ends of it. And once you cut the notches in there however you want it, go about 1/8 of an inch above the notches and cut it straight across. Once you do that, you'll have these little strips of tissue paper that got like cuts in it. That will be what will go on your unicorn. It's going to look like fur once you put it all on there. And again, this is just a short piece. You can use the shorter pieces for around the neck and everything in the head. And you don't want to use all of this. Don't take a few pieces out and cut it. Because if you cut it all up at once, you're going to have a lot of it left and it's a mess. When you glue these strips on, you want to go right above the top of the hooves because you don't want it to hang over the hooves too much, because then you'd have to go in and cut it some more. So take a little glue or your glue stick or whatever and rub the glue a little bit above the hooves. I say about, again, 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch above the hooves, and start the straight part of the tissue paper you want to wrap around the leg of the unicorn. That straight part that you cut is what you want to have the glue touching, and you want to go all the way around the leg of your unicorn. And you're going to repeat the process, and as you go around, you're going to go slightly above each time to overlap. Once you do that and you do the whole leg, on each leg, it's going to look like this. And once you get up to the belly part, you're going to do something a little different. You're going to lay that strip going across ways. And as you go across and you get around to the back and the front, you're just going to keep circling around. You're going to end up adding a little bit of pieces to it, and you're going to end up trimming the belly part because it's going to hang over some but that's fine. So once you lay the strip, you lay it across the belly, and then you just keep going around the same way you would do the leg. And once you run out of a piece, you just add another piece and keep layering it and going all the way up until you complete your unicorn.
Alright guys, I'm back, and I went ahead and finished the unicorn. One thing I want to mention is when you get up here to the top right here, you might want to take this and go downward, kind of bring it around at an angle, and keep going around like this, because you won't be able to go around the body. So you want to just kind of take short pieces and go kind of at an angle at the back, and then when you get back to the neck, you can continue to go around like you were. Okay, so right here for the mane and tail, I used the colored tissue paper and cut it into 1-inch strips and did the tail, and I put the little hearts just with regular construction paper, used a marker, colored in, glued it on there. Up here, you want to make sure that you put somewhere for the candy to go into. So right here, I have this little slot for the candy to be poured into, and I cut it out after I put everything on there, except the mane, of course, and it pushes in just like that. And once you cut that slit in there, then you can go ahead and put your mane up there, like I just did, and then the horn. These little eyelashes right here, I used regular construction paper, made the eyelashes kind of thick, and I made them thick so I'd be able to cut them out and just use glue and put them on there. And after that, you know, it's complete. You can do whatever you want and decorate it however you want and everything, but it's really, really simple. This is my first time making a piñata, and I think I did a really good job.